What if one small decision changed the way you saw everything? Not a new job, not a new city, just a different street on the way home, a corner you always passed without thinking. And one day, for no particular reason, you turned. This is Elena's story, and it might remind you that you have more choices than you think. Elena always walked the same way home. Same corner, same crosswalk, same buildings in the same order, same bakery window she had stopped seeing years ago, even though she passed it every single day. She could have walked the route with her eyes closed, not because she loved it, but because familiar felt safe, and every day already had enough uncertainty without adding more on the walk home. Until today. She reached the usual corner, stopped, and looked left. A street she almost never used. Nothing special about it, no famous cafe, no reason to choose it over the route she knew, but something inside her hesitated, then quietly asked, "Why not?" So Elena turned left. The sidewalk felt different immediately. New storefronts, different faces. A flower shop she had never noticed, its buckets of color spilling onto the pavement. A small bookstore tucked between two buildings like a secret. A bench beneath a tree where someone had left a coffee cup, still steaming. Things that had probably been there for years, things she had simply never seen. And as she walked, a thought settled in quietly. Routine protects us. That's real. There's genuine comfort in knowing what comes next, in having one part of the day that doesn't require decisions. But sometimes routine also hides the world. Not intentionally, not cruelly. Just quietly, one repeated day at a time, until the edges of your life become a little smaller than they used to be without you ever noticing. She kept walking. A dog slept deeply beside a doorway, completely unbothered. Someone laughed from a cafe patio, real and easy, the kind of laugh that belongs to people not thinking about their problems. An elderly man watered flowers outside his shop with the focused patience of someone who has nowhere else to be. Nothing remarkable, nothing that would make headlines anywhere. And yet everything felt new. Not because the street was extraordinary, but because she was paying attention. The city hadn't changed. She had. For so long, she had believed that change required something large. A new job, a new city, a dramatic decision that announced itself clearly. But standing on this ordinary street in the golden light of a late afternoon, she understood something simpler. Sometimes change starts with one different corner, one quiet decision, one small moment of choosing differently. When she finally reached her building, she looked back down the street. The unfamiliar street. The ordinary street that had asked nothing of her except her attention. Her problems were still there. Nothing had been solved. But she felt lighter, because she had remembered something important. She still had choices, more than she thought. And maybe, neither was she standing still.